Recording in.
Hi, everybody. My name is Tanja Bauerle. I am your scenic designer for Bye Bye Birdie. This is my first time working on a production with CYT, so I'm very excited. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm going to talk a little bit about me, what my background is, why in the world am I doing sets, and also then I'm going to give you a couple of sneak peeks about what we're doing with the set for Bye Bye Birdie. I apologize, I am not there for this initial meeting with you guys, but I'm actually going to be out of town this weekend, so I won't be able to physically be there, but I figured I would share a little info about what I do and who I am. The first thing that I end up doing is I will actually, let me see if this works this time. I've been having some technical challenges, but it looks like it's working now. Okay, so I have an accent. I don't know if you've noticed that, but I do have an accent. But that's because I was born in Germany, and I actually lived in Germany until I was 11 and didn't speak English until I moved to Australia. So I learned English in Australia with a German accent. And I have moved to Australia when I was 20. So I've been here for a ways, quite a while. And that's why I sound the way I do, in case you're wondering. Anyway, I have the most amazing family in the whole wide world. This is my hubby. We've been married for 23 years. The young lady in the back is my daughter, Isabel. She is up at NAU studying astrophysics. Yeah, I don't know where that came from, but she's loving it. Zoe, this is my Zoe here. She is going to be 16 next in 2 weeks. She's the reason I'm doing theater, because when she was 6, she became involved in theater, and being the parent involvement, I started becoming involved in sets and have not looked back since. But my actual profession is I am a children's book illustrator and writer. So this is kind of more along the work that I do. I draw little animals and picture books and that type of thing. If you're interested in looking any of my picture book work or my illustration work, you can visit my website at tanjabauerle.com. I understand Tanja is spelled German, which is why you have a J, but it is pronounced Tanja, so not to worry about that. Here are some of the books that I've illustrated. As an illustrator, what I do is I go to a lot of school visits. I have book signings. I sit on panels when people want to talk about books. I teach workshops for both adults and kids. I do a lot of different things in person and also virtually. These are some of the projects that I'm writing and illustrating. That I'm working on, and I'm also working on this graphic novel. But it's not really a graphic novel, it's an illustrated historical fiction middle grade novel. Anyway, so those are some of the projects I'm working on in my actual job. So you ask, why are we looking at that? This is what we're talking about. We're talking about set design, right? And what we're going to do for Bye Bye Birdie. Well, even though I'm an artist and an illustrator and a writer, I've been doing a lot of set stuff over the years, and theater stuff. This is one we did Puffs last year. Puffs is the story of the Hufflepuffs of the Harry Potter family, fun show, and we converted our entire little black box theater into like the great hall. And so that's kind of, I've done lots of sets. I've created costumes. This is a puppet that I made for Frozen Junior a few years ago. This is Tarzan that I did last year. Oh my, yeah, that was last year. Last year was busy. Earlier in the year, last year, I did Tuck. One of the things that I really like about set design is that you are able to create an environment for you actors, and that is going to help you feel the part a little bit more. That's kind of one of the things I really love about set design. I do have a website that shows a bunch of my set stuff. I don't think I have any of this year's shows in there. Oh well, Drowsy Chaperone was this year. But anyway, if you're interested in looking at any of that stuff, you can go visit my website. It's Set Design by Tanja. Again, Tanja spelled with a J. But yes, enough of that. We talked about we're here to talk about Bye Bye Birdie, right? Bye Bye Birdie takes place in the 50s, long time ago for all of us. But one of the things that really struck me about that era is the shapes, the design shapes that they were using. So all these funky little trapezoid shapes, those little morphed shapes. So I was trying to incorporate a lot of that into what we're going to be doing with Bye Bye Birdie. Here's our color palette. I tried to go with a more vintage kind of muted palette that is going to help offset the brighter costumes. But these are the colors we're using. One of the things we're going to do, we're going to be flying some elements at the very up as far back as we can, upstage, center upstage. We're going to have this big logo record hanging. And the neat thing about this record, which is going to be about 15 feet by about 9.5 feet high, as scenes change, we're going to spin lights around on those. So it kind of gives us the illusion of a spinning record as these scenes change. So that's one component that we're flying. We're also flying the Almelu Music Corporation logo, and that's going to come in stage right. And then Maud's Roadside Diner logo is also going to be flying, coming in stage left. Now, the cool thing about Maud's is that we are going to light it. So we're going to have these little bulbs that are going to be lit up as it's flying in, which is going to be kind of a fun component. But because I really enjoy those 50s shapes, one of the things I want to do is I also want to decorate the house with these shapes. This is not the final design yet. I'm still playing with exactly how we're going to do that. One of the things I enjoy doing with shows is to kind of bring the experience of the show into the audience so that the show effectively is hugging the audience. So we're going to bring some of those elements into the theater itself. Now, have a quick peek at some of the scenes. Here is what we're going to do with McAfee's house. This is a little model. You have the model at the studio. So if you'd like to take a closer look, I invite you to do so. However, please do that with either one of the leads or with Miss Elise. The only reason is some of these are held together with pins, and I don't want you to hurt yourself. That's all. So this is McAfee's. A lot of these components, this door, for instance, that you see here is going to be used in 5 different scenes. But in order to limit how much space we have backstage, what we're going to do is we're going to change that wallpaper out from scene to scene, which is going to mean we have one set piece that we have to just dress differently backstage in between these scenes changes. This two-story structure here in the McAfee house is going to look more like this. It's going to be a platform here that is going to have like a little mock bed that both Kim and Ursula can sit on. We're going to have a little railing, utilizing those shapes from the 50s again. We're going to have the appliances underneath. So it's going to be a really fun show, very colorful, lots of fun shapes. Here is Telephone Hour. Still trying to figure out the placement of these different shapes, but with all the different actors on their phone, they're going to be inside of these different frames, which is going to be kind of a fun show. And here's a little, this is a 10-foot person. I'm sorry, a 6-foot person. So as you can see that these components are pretty big, so they're going to fill the space nicely. Here's one other thing we're going to do with the Ed Sullivan Show. What we're actually going to do is pre-record the scene, and then we're going to project it on the screen. So it kind of gives that live cast effect. Singing and different actions are going to happen in different areas. These frames are going to be on casters, so they're going to be moving around with the actors. So there's a lot of movement in this scene. It's a really fun one. Here's another quick one. This is the courtroom scene. We're going to have some additional bunting of like, Americana style colors that we're going to incorporate in that as well. So that's kind of a really quick preview of what we're doing with Bye Bye Birdie. Oops, I'm going to stop sharing. There we go. Here I am again. But anyway, so yeah, sorry to take so much of your time, but I wanted to give you a quick peek at that. Can't wait to meet you all. I'll be there again next weekend, and we can start creating our set magic. So thank you again for your time, and have an incredibly wonderful time working on the production of Bye Bye Birdie. Thank you.